Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you may notice, I'm here with someone different today. I'm not here with Ayana. So everybody, this is Amaan, one of my really good friends from the masjid. Amaan, introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am I am Amaan.
Yeah, so his camera is a bit like laggy. So if you see him mouthing something, but I'm talking, he's not talking, don't worry. It's yeah. So today Ayana is not here. She's not feeling very well, so she told me just do the episode with our guest. So we're just gonna get right into it. So today we are doing Surah Gothar for you guys. It is a shorter surah, but it has a pretty long like kind of khatara or you know what I mean. So he's gonna be doing the khatara for us today. So he's gonna be doing pretty much the mini lesson, and then I'll end off with apply to life. So that's how it's gonna work. So yeah, today's agenda. So I'll be reciting the surah, then Aman is gonna go in depth on it, and he's gonna take his time. He's not gonna rush it like I do. And then I'll go over how we can apply the surah to our life. Okay? So Surah Kauthar is the 108th surah of the Quran, and it deals with the plots and the insults directed against the Prophet and the divine message he conveys. The surah is an instance of Allah's actual protection of his servant and the few who followed the Prophet and believed in Allah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Alrighty. Oops. Alright, Aman, in-depth is on to you.
All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The surah was revealed in Medina, and they also say it was revealed in Mecca. Now I'm going to start with the first ayah. So a bit of a backstory to this. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "لقد أنزلت علي أنفا سورة," and then he proceeded to recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This the surah. Then he said, أتدرون ما الكوثر? Meaning, do you know what is al-Kawthar? And then the Sahaba, they responded, Ridwanullahi alayhim, Allah and His Messenger know best. So then he proceeded to explain. He said, Verily, it is a river that my Lord, the Mighty and the Majestic, has promised me, and it has abundant goodness. It's a pond where my ummah will be brought on the day of judgment. It contains its containers are as numerous as the stars in the sky. Then a servant of Allah from amongst them will be prevented from it, and I will say, Ya Rabb, verily he is of my ummah. Then Allah will say, Verily you do not know what he introduced and slash innovated after you. Clearly, this small excerpt from the story of its revelation proves the weight of innovation to the eyes of Allah, to the point where the Muslim is prevented from being amongst his own people that he would worship with and he had spent his entire life associating with. And the Rasul ﷺ will call to all Muslims. It shows his niceness. But Allah, it shows his all-encompassing knowledge because he knows what the Muslim brother had added into the religion. Bid'ah. So it was reported from Mukhtar bin Fulful and who reported from Anas bin Malik. Imam Ahmad rahimahullah also recorded that Rasul he said, I entered paradise and I came to a river whose banks and tents made of pearls. So I thrust my hand into its flowing water and found that it was strongest smell of musk. So I asked, Ya Jibreel, what is this? He replied, This is Al-Kawthar, which Allah Jalla wa Ala has given to you. So, and in the version of Anas bin Malik, he said, when the Prophet ﷺ was taken up into heaven, he said, I came to a river which banks had domes of hollowed pearl. I said, Ya Jibril, what is this? He replied that this is Al-Kawthar. He goes on sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he goes on to explain after he asked them, what is the Kawthar? He responds with this. It's a river in paradise which my Lord has given to me. It is whiter than milk and sweeter than honey. There are birds in it whose necks are long like carrots. Umar radiallahu anh said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, verily they will be beautiful. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he responded, the one who eats them, I mean the people of paradise, will be more beautiful than them. Ya Umar. This clearly shows us the beauty of the reward that Allah has prepared for the true believer. Wallah, if people understood this surah is greater and they took the ahadith of their revelation and they read them and they spent time, I don't think it's possible for someone not to increase in their iman or want to gain or want to strive for it further. And I don't think the story of the rejection of fellow brothers will will not prevent someone from staying away from bid'ah. I think people would become more wary. It would make sense that they become more cautious towards innovation and they grow closer to Allah and they gain taqwa. That is the only that is the only logical explanation I could think of after people spend spend time to read this stuff. The ayah says, فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ, meaning, therefore, turn in prayer to your Lord and sacrifice. This means, just as we have given you the abundant goodness, al-Kawthar, in this life and the hereafter, and from that is the river that has been described previously, then make your obligatory and optional prayer and sacrifice of animals, solely and sincerely for your Lord. Worship him alone, and don't associate and partner with any partner with him, and sacrifice pronouncing his name alone, without ascribing partner to him. This is as Allah says, قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh, and others, they say this means with this in the al-budn should be sacrificed, meaning the sacrificial animal. And this is the opposite of what the idolaters or the mushrikeen at that time used to do. They had they had their own practices that they had taken from the Quran, and they had not the Quran, had they taken from their cultures previously, back when before they used to solely worship Allah. But innovation comes along. And with innovation, shirk is always right next to it. And so they began to prostrate to other than Allah and sacrifice without his name. That's why for us, it's not allowed to eat from the hands of someone who has sacrificed an animal on someone else's name except Allah's or one true God. Or tawheed. Then it says, Inna shaniyaka huwa al-abtar, meaning, for he who hates you will be cut off. The one who hates Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he hates what you have done with the guidance, the truth, the clear proof, and the manifest light. He is the most cut off, meanest, lowliest person who will not be remembered. Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anh, and others all said this ayah was revealed about Al-As bin Wa'il. Whenever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be mentioned in his presence, he would say, leave him, for indeed he is a man who is cut off and has no descendants. So when he dies, he will not be remembered. Therefore, Allah has revealed this. Others say this surah was revealed concerning Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu both said this surah was revealed about Ka'b bin al-Ashraf and a group of the disbelievers of the Quraysh. In common, it all mentions about people who had hatred, who detested Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they hated his message. Maybe it was from their kibr in their hearts. Maybe they were just jahil and they didn't want to leave their past. But regardless of how much they hated him, Allah revealed this. And this is a comfort to the believers. This can also be seen as a comfort for us if we are trying to struggle and teach for Allah's sake. and there is a group or you are conflicted with a people that hate you irrationally, as if you're not a human, then know that they won't have anything for them. They will be cut off. That's pretty much it for now. Jazakumullah khair.
That was amazing, Jazakallah khair, Amaan. So now, how can we apply this surah to our life? So be thankful for our blessings. So Surah Kawthar teaches us to appreciate the good things in our lives. It reminds us to be thankful for what we have, whether it's family, health, or other blessings. Gratitude brings positivity and contentment. So now, and you can also another way to apply it is focusing on what really matters. So the surah highlights that true success is not found from wealth and materials, but is found in devotion to God and in doing good. It encourages us to prioritize kindness, generosity, and positive actions, emphasizing that these are the things that truly matter in our lives. So that is two ways we can apply this surah to our lives. All right, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share this video with people. And I hope you guys learned something great from Aman today. Aman, thank you for joining me. That was amazing.
Welcome.
All right. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.